You're struggling to grasp what a database is. SQL queries aren't making any sense. Don't worry, I'm here to help. I'm Woody Null. You're watching the Null Value Show, equipping you to add value with data and analytics. I've been working with databases for 15 years, and I'm happy to help share my experience with you today. It's often frustrating to try to understand how to write SQL before you even understand what a relational database is. It's like trying to learn algebra before you can count to 10. In today's video, we're going to learn what a relational database is, what are all the parts, and how do they work together. A data table is a structured table made up of rows and columns. Each column has a name, and each column also has a data type. A data type tells the database what type of data is allowed in this column. So if we specify that the order date column has a type of date, then only date values will be allowed in that column. Every row and every column has a value. So each individual cell in the table is called a value. That's what a table is. And a database is really just a collection of tables. Don't store the same data twice. In this table of orders, we can see that Sarah Peterson has placed 2 orders on 2 different dates with 2 different products, but her name and her phone number are stored twice. Now, what happens if we discover that her phone number is wrong in the database and we need to fix it? Well, this table only has a couple of rows, so it'd be pretty easy to find and fix the mistakes. But as your business grows and this table has millions and millions of rows in it, that maintenance is going to become a lot harder. A better approach is to store information that will be repeated in a separate table. Let's build a separate table of customers, and Sarah Peterson's name, phone number, and email address are all in there. And then a separate table for orders. And we can see that the order has a customer ID that corresponds to the customer table. Now, anytime we see a customer ID 240271, we can look that customer ID up in the customers table and see that 240271 is Sarah Peterson. And now, anytime her phone number changes or her email address changes, we only have to update it in one place. We don't have to find every single order and update it. We'll do the same thing with the products. Since the same product could be ordered multiple times by multiple customers, we'll create a table of products, each with their own ID number. Every order will have a product ID that corresponds to a product ID in the products table. So when we see an order with product ID 30241, we can look that up in the products table and say 30241 is a cinder block. And now when we need to change the price of an item, we only have to change it in the products table. We don't have to update every single place where that price is listed. We opened up by saying that a relational database is a collection of tables, and that's true. But now we know that it is a collection of tables with relationships. Every order is associated with one customer, and every order is associated with a product. There are relationships between the tables. What we just did was normalize this database by separating out the duplicate values. We separated the customers into their own table, we separated the products into their own table. That is called normalizing the database. A database is normalized if a separate lookup table exists for all the values that might be repeated. If you love data and analytics, please hit subscribe for a new video every week. If you missed my video on how to create your own database, please watch it. Now, you'll also hear the word foreign key and primary key. This isn't as confusing as it sounds. A primary key is the primary identifier within a table. Within the orders table, there is an order ID. There can only be one order for that order ID. It is unique. It is the primary key. Now, there's also a customer ID. That is a foreign key because it references a foreign table, a different table than this table. It's not referencing the orders table, it's referencing the customer table. You could have multiple instances of a single customer ID in the orders table because a customer can place multiple orders. In the customers table, the primary key is the customer ID because one customer has one customer ID. There is no foreign key in this table. We just learned what a relational database is, what a table is and the different parts of a table, and how to normalize a database. If you got value out of this video, please give me a like and share it with a coworker or friend. We'll catch you next time on the Null Value.